everyone, and happy early evening. It is 7:35 and it is Monday, the 28th of April. So very much closing in on the beginning of May. So again, hi. It's been a minute. So the last video I put up is when we went to Universal Studios for Mardi Gras. And I did mention in that video that there were some things that when I catch up to you guys again, I wanted to talk to you about. And I am literally just bumming it at home today. So I look a hot mess. So it is what it is. But I also kind of don't know what to do with myself, because the other thing is I have been working crazy hours for the last several months, especially the last several weeks. So I've been working 6 days a week, 72-hour work weeks, and that just recently ended. We've got a little bit of a lull right now, but not for very long, because pretty quick here, our European cruise season is going to come into play, if I'm remembering that correctly. And that may sound a little bit ridiculous, be it that that's what I do, but when I tell you that everything is just a major blur at this point, it's a major blur. So anyway, basically, I guess this is kind of home vlog-ish. I pretty much just wanted to, as I had stated in that Mardi Gras video, kind of talk to you guys about what's been going on, why I've been absent for so long. One major thing I just mentioned is, again, my hours for work have been insane. They've been crazy. Literally, it's left me no time to really do too much of anything except work and get off work and do it all over again. And for the few hours I had when I would get off work, fit in just a little tiny bit of something. And that little tiny bit of something, ever since January, has been going to the gym. So that was one of my goals that I have in play, that I had been wanting to do for quite some time. I was able to finally get a Planet Fitness membership, because we have a Planet Fitness literally right up the street from our house. And long story short, my health journey, I guess as most people are calling it, is I completely did a 360 on my eating habits about 3.5, almost 4 years ago now. And yes, that did wonders, and it will do wonders. But at the same time, the other thing I wanted to start incorporating was exercise and working out regularly. I have quite a bit of weight that I need to lose, so I am working on that. I do not have a time frame, because that is not something you can put a time frame on. My body will adjust as it's going to adjust, and there's really nothing I can do about that. So far, I'm happy with the progress I have made since January. I've lost about 20-ish pounds. You know, I'm just going with what I've got. So I'm sure most of you women out there can relate. You know, hormonal imbalances and all this other stuff is, you know, contributing factors, not fun. But anyway, so been trying to get all of that under control. And weight loss and just health in general is I feel it's a lifelong journey. It's not something that you get to that point and you're like, oh, I'm there, I'm done. It's going to be a continual thing, because if you want to have quality of life, then you're going to continue, hopefully, to, you know, do the best you can. So anyway, that was my other thing. So I've been working on that. So I'm excited about that. And then something else, which is basically minor, but I did want to mention that I have been throwing around, I feel silly for saying this, but I have been throwing around changing the name of my channel again. And the reason is, initially when I started my channel, it was Theme Park Mom. I just didn't feel after a while that name was really, I don't really know how to put it. It just, for some reason, wasn't setting well with me. Like, I just didn't feel like it was the name that I wanted to have for my channel, after I really thought about it and got going, if you will. So then I changed it to Theme Park Space Coast and Beyond. But the problem with that is a long, long title for a channel. And it sounds good. I think it rolls off the tongue pretty good, but literally, like, that is just too much. It's too much to search. So I went over some ideas that popped into my head, and if you don't see it in this video, you'll more than likely see it in the next one. So, just look out for that. If you see another change of name to the channel, this is why. It's still going to be the same channel that it is. It's still going to be about theme parks and some fun home vloggy stuff. But I've decided that we're going to go ahead and change it to Treasure Trove Central, which the acronym for that is really cool because it is TTC. So I just thought that'd be a cute play on words. So again, if you see the change of name in this video or the next, you'll know why. But I just feel like Treasure Trove Central encompasses all kinds of things because there's all kinds of treasures out there when you travel or whatever. So that's what we decided on. We were knocking around Treasure Trove Travel, which would be TTT, which sounds cute, but that's a lot of T's. So I figured I'd go with Treasure Trove Central. So there's that decision that I've made. And then let's see. This is going to be kind of a mishmash of a bit of a vlog here. So in a minute here, I'm going to insert some footage from last year. Because again, I've said this before. I'm behind on a lot of stuff, and it's very hard for me to try to make the time. And when I do try to make the time, it seems like other stuff kind of comes up that takes precedent over what I'm doing. So I'm going to insert some clips of, we basically redid the garden bed that we have out in the front of our house. And then we added another one along the little fence line that we have. So I will insert that footage for you momentarily for you to check that out. Before I finish out the vlog, here you go. I've gotten some of that off my chest. I'm going to insert that footage for you now, and enjoy, and I will be right back with you. All right, guys, so here it is, and yes, my house is needing painting desperately. That's bad. But anyway, so basically I started over here the other day, and I already started pulling. There's a little piece of the Visqueen right there. I already started pulling it up, but I only got it to here. So we have to go from here all the way down there. I don't know if we'll be able to get all of this up, but we're gonna try. I need to replant this plant right here. I forget what it's called. But then this is the bougainvillea I was telling you about. So here it is right here. This thing was massively tall and huge, and so we cut it down. So I don't know what's gonna happen with it, but I'm gonna leave it in the ground because it's pretty well established. This one over here has actually started to do a little something. So that's amazing. But anyhow, there's a lemon peel in the yard. Okay. But yeah, so basically I want to put like a little, like, I don't know, like a little bed in here too. And like, make it nice and kind of bring it out a little bit. But because of the bougainvillea, it turned the post right here. So now I have to fix the post. So anyways, but yeah. Kiddos are out here, they're gonna help me, and this is what we have to clean up right here, and we'll see what we can get done. All right, everybody, it is Saturday. I just got off work once again. My son and I are going to try to tackle the flower bed in the front that I showed you and also talked to you about a couple days back. We were hoping to get to it a lot sooner, but this past Thursday, the plan originally was to go to Epcot, but we couldn't do it because we had more important things. Unfortunately, one of our fur babies, I had to rush him to the emergency vet because he just was not acting right. And we found out he has like a stage 3 heart murmur. He's not in heart failure, but the vet did say it's something that, we're gonna have to keep an eye on. And there may be some other things going on with him as well. We're not sure. So we have like further tests and stuff we have to do. But in the meantime, they did go ahead and treat him for what they could treat him for while we were there. He seems to be doing a lot better today, which I'm very, very happy about. He's starting to increase his food and water intake, which is really, really good. He's not old, but he's not young. He's like knocking on the doorstep of being a senior cat. So, and we have a few senior cats. So, feeling a little bit better today because the last couple days have been honestly very stressful just because I don't like this part of it. Nobody does. It's not fun, and I worry about them like I do my family. That's what we're attempting today, is we will go out there to try to really level out the garden again and put new visqueen down and put the mulch down that I bought a while back. So at least that part is done. And then maybe tomorrow when I get off, we can start that outline of the other bed I want to put in that I told you guys about in front of the fence. But that's what we're going to do. We have a little bit of daylight left, and that's just the way the week went. We'll try to show you a little bit of that progress, and then of course when we're done, if I have time and still some daylight left, I will show you what it looks like. If not, I will show you tomorrow. Alrighty, well, we managed to get all the mulch down. I only had 4 bags, and I couldn't remember if I got 4 or 6 last time, and you can't really tell, but this is really thin right here. Like if you look right here, you can see the visqueen underneath is showing through still. Again, pardon the house, it's got to be painted. But my plan is to go get 2 more bags as soon as I can. But the next thing we're going to do is I'm just going to take my my knife cutter, and I'm just going to go along here and cut off the excess visqueen. But I think it came out really good. We have one lonely plant down there, and then we have to put our little solar stakes right here. We got to put them back in the ground. So I'm going to poke holes in the visqueen with my box cutter to make that putting in the ground a little bit easier. But yeah, so the next thing we need is some plants and some more mulch, and we'll be done. Okay guys, so a couple days have passed again. We are back outside and we are making progress on the little, in front of the little fence. I showed you guys where I wanted to put like a garden, and I had rocks and stuff. I've had this stuff sitting here on my front porch for way too long. Finally got to it though, but even though I tried to figure approximately how many bags of rocks I was gonna need, I am gonna probably have to get a couple more, but that's okay. That's not a problem. But we were able to make some progress last night before I lost daylight and had to hang it up and call it a night. But we should be able to fix it, like put the rest of it down today for sure. So I really quick want to show you because I think it's coming along beautifully, and then you'll get the full picture when I'm able to put all of our stuff outside. So let me show you real quick. All right, this is the progress so far. This is the brand. I got these little pond pebbles right here. This is the progress we've made so far. So this is what we have down, and I replanted my little plant, but this is what we have going all the way down here. And then we got to finish putting the visqueen down the rest of this strip all the way to here, which is of course where we cut the bougainvillea down that I told you guys about. But once that's all done, then the fun part of doing the rest of the decorating basically, can begin. So yeah, that's the progress so far. And then I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a preview of some of the cute stuff that's going to go outside. We have a ton of cute like Disney yard decor that I want to put out, but I have to buy the stuff to coat everything with so the sun doesn't completely destroy everything, because that's going to happen. But let me show you, because this is absolutely adorable. I got this at Lowe's last year. It was the last one left on the shelf, and I am so excited to put this in my yard. It's adorable. It's a Mickey bird bath, and look at the top. It has little Mickeys inside the tray, but there he is at the bottom. He's got all his cute little flowers and stuff. So he's gonna get cleaned up and coated, but I'm not gonna put coating inside the dish because I don't wanna hurt or poison the animals. So the only thing that's gonna get coated, I'll block this off and I'll coat the underneath, down. But yeah, that's gonna be one of our fun little things for the yard. I can't wait. Alrighty, we're heading into Home Depot. We have some stuff we need to get for the yard, and kind of talked about it in the vlog a little bit, but yeah, here we go. Nighttime visit to the Home Depot. So we need to get 3 more bags of mulch. It is $3.33 for the, we showed you guys in the flower bed there. So we're gonna do 3 more bags of that. And then our rock that we bought, I think it's here. These are pea pebbles, which is not what I got. These are river pebbles. I don't think that was it either. It was these right here. Yeah. So these are $5.38, but that's what I got. They're $5.38. So I think probably 5 more bags of these, I think. So I think we're gonna do 5 more bags of these just to fill in the end piece and fill kind of in the middle. But I do have to tell you guys, I've never been to the garden center in Home Depot this late at night. And it's kind of weird because it's very quiet. And there was a couple workers out here a few minutes ago, like putting some stuff up on the shelves over here. So it's very peaceful and nice though, because there's like literally nobody out here but us right now. So yeah, I think this'll finish the part of our project that we were doing in the front of the house where the, we showed you we had the pebbles and the rock, if you will. So, and then we can move on to the fun stuff, which I'm excited for. So we're looking at refrigerators, guys. Here I am. My son and I were just laughing about this. This is an LG. This is a mirror. It's not plugged in, but when you knock on it, it's supposed to like come on. Like, who wants to see themselves in the mirror?
Should light up. Like,
I don't want to first thing in the morning. And then we're looking at this. It makes different kinds of ice. And my son literally just said, who designed this? So what did we say?
I said I've heard of fast ice, normal ice, and crushed ice, obviously. I've never heard of sphere ice, and I've never heard of mini cubed ice.
Right.
I mean, I've heard of cubes, but I've never seen mini cube. But
so we said,
I was like, why is this?
Come here.
Why is this marketing?
Exactly.
Mom had stated that this is because of TikTok influencers.
That's what I said.
Bronze.
Legit, I'm gonna blame it on that because it's ridiculous. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool, but ice is ice, right, guys? No offense, but it doesn't make any sense to me.
Not gonna either.
What is this sorcery? All right, enough of that. We're gonna get out of here.
What is that?
Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that footage. Like I said, the yard stuff, renovations, if you will, was done last year. I'm behind. I also did mention in that vlog that last year, one of our fur babies, we did have to take him to the emergency vet because he wasn't acting right. Which also brings me to my next thing. And I wanted to kind of save this portion for last because it's extremely difficult to talk about. So any of you out there that have fur babies, have ever been down the road, of course, of unfortunately having to say goodbye. We unexpectedly had to do that with one of our fur babies this January, which nothing ever prepares you for that. And it was very unexpected. It was very sudden because he went from being my normal, fun, playful cat to literally within 24 hours, he just went right downhill. And so it was my Mochi. Yes, all of our cats are all of our cats, but there are certain cats in the house that have a tendency to gravitate towards one or more of us more heavily and are basically attached to us. And Mochi was my baby. So Mochi was a litter of 5 babies that we rescued, and it was him and his 4 brothers, which we do still have his 4 brothers. Essentially, like I said, what happened was he went from being like a completely normal cat to in less than 24 hours. He had and has a pillow on my bed. It was his pillow because he was my baby that, I'm trying not to fall apart here. He would come get me. He would talk a lot. He would meow. He knew when it was time for me to go to bed. He knew when it was time for me to get up. So he would come get me, and he would walk with me to the room. Like I would be behind him, and he'd turn around and keep looking, meow, meow. And he'd follow me. Like he knew when I had to brush my teeth. He'd hop up on the toilet seat and he would sit there and watch me brush my teeth. If I had to come out in the kitchen and get something, he'd sit on the floor and he'd look at me and he'd wait. And then once everything, I got everything settled, we'd lay down, and he would lay down on his little pillow on my bed. That was my little snuggle buddy. And it was really sweet because he used to put his paw on my hand. And so we rushed him to the emergency vet, and we found out that he was in heart failure. I had no signs. There were no anything, nothing. And the vet did say that these things can happen, and they do happen. It could potentially have been a contributing factor from him being the run to the litter, because he was the run to the litter, but there was like no way to tell. The vet did want to try to, they were like, well, here's what we can do. But, heart failure is heart failure. Like, there's no coming back from that. And he said, but, we could do diuretics, which basically would keep the fluid from building up, because that's what was happening, because his heart couldn't pump what it needed to. And ultimately, obviously, the decision had to be made that, I had to let him go, because we could not, there was nothing that could have been done. So that's what happened at the beginning of our year. That was how we spent the end of January, the beginning of February. It's been rough, because he, like I said, that was basically my baby, and he would snuggle with me, he would cuddle with me, he would follow me around, he would always check on me and see what I was doing. And yes, we have other cats, and I love all of them individually for their own little quirky personalities that they have, but no cat replaces another cat when they go. And the fact that he wasn't even that old makes it that much harder. So that is the tough part of our year that we've had to deal with. I will, at the end of this video, go ahead and I'll insert some pictures for you guys and show him to you, because I did name him after Mochi and Big Hero 6. So yeah, he was just a cool cat. And I mean, his brothers are cool, they're all cool. But he had already had a rough start just because of how he got here, what had happened. And then at like a year and a half or so of age, I want to say, he had to have surgery because he kept forming crystals in his urine and he couldn't pass them. It's called PU surgery. It's a very long word. Basically, if you guys don't know what it is, you can look it up. But he had already been through a lot. He had been through enough at such a short kitty life time. And then to have that happen was really a punch to the gut. So, yeah. So anyways, like I said in that Mardi Gras video, when I said that there was a little area in there where I had said that, it's been a rough year and we didn't have a good start to our year. That's what I was referring to. So we're just trying to do the best we can, obviously, continually with our whole situation, because in my very first home vlog video I put out for you guys, which was over a year ago now, and it was right around the time it was like Halloween time, and my son and I, in that video, we had gone and looked at some like Halloween decorations and stuff. But at the end of the video, I kind of explained a little bit about my situation, and I've talked a little bit about our house being an absolute wreck and in disarray, and why that is the way it is. I hope to have an update for you on that soon, but I'm not going to get into it right now because I need to 100% make sure that what we're hoping is going to happen is actually going to happen. So I'm not going to say anything until we get to that point. But I'm just going to say that I hope to give you guys a positive update soon, because this has been a long, exhausting, hard road that has drained all of us emotionally and mentally to the point where we are, I think we're just numb at this point with this whole mess, because it's just too much, and it's unfathomable. And I mentioned this in my Hurricane Milton video about insurance in Florida is a joke. I mean, it's an absolute joke. Like, you have to have insurance on your property if you still have a mortgage on your property. But then when it comes time for them to do their part, they don't do it. So anyways, again, I will keep you posted on that. On a more happier note, my son was finally able to get a job. He's been trying ever since last year, and it's just been coming up empty, and he finally got a job. So he's super excited about that. He's actually at work right now, so I do have to go pick him up in a bit here. Because he is a minor, he can only work so many hours, but he's excited because on the 2nd he earns his very first paycheck ever. I'm so proud of him, but I'm also, this is the part about parenthood that there's nothing that can prepare you for this. Like, you're proud and you're excited and you're so happy for your child. And then the other side is, this is the part where you have to keep like letting go more and more. And if you're a parent, you know what I mean. You can 100%, I'm sure, understand what I'm saying. It's been a whirlwind of emotions. Together with everything that I've just said, I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of like catch up, talk with us, home vlog, and inserting some of that footage that I was behind on doing. And definitely the next time that we see you, we will more than likely see you out and about somewhere doing something fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and definitely please don't forget to spread love and kindness. As always, guys, I hope you are having a wonderful, blessed, beautiful day today and always, wherever you may be in the world. And definitely don't forget to take care of yourselves, and we will see you real soon. Have a good night. Bye.